Hey guys, today we're going to do a comparison between three very well-known planar magnetic headphone makers, and these headphones are all going to be roughly their entry-level headphones or close to their entry level. So I have the Hifiman Sundaras. These retail for about $300 US MSRP, and then I have the Audeze LCD1s, which retail for about $400, and then the Dan Clark Audio Aeon X Opens, which retails for about $500. All these are open back headphones, which means they leak sound, so they're not really meant for portable listening. But you know, most planar magnetic headphones are open backs, right? There's only a few exceptions. I think the Sundara closed launched recently, and then there's the Aeon X closed as well, and the Audeze LCD2 closed. But that's for a different video, maybe later on. First, I want to compare the more popular models, which tend to be more open-backed models. So yeah, these three are probably the most well-known planar magnetic makers. I mean, there are other ones, but I would say Hifiman, Audeze, and Dan Clark Audio are three of the OG planar magnetic makers. So yeah, I'm just going to start by do the unboxing for all of them, and then we're going to do a kind of comparison listening test, okay? Alright, so first is the Hifiman, which is the cheapest out of these three. Like I said, they're $300 US, and Hifiman is actually a Chinese brand, and they're probably... What's interesting about Hifiman is like way before all the other Chinese hi-fi makers came on the scene, people call them chi-fi now. You know, a lot of Chinese brands now are making a lot of impact, I guess, in the audiophile market, especially if you go to sites like Linsol or Music Tech. They sell a lot of really interesting Chinese hi-fi equipment, but way before all these different Chinese hi-fi brands came on the scene, Hifiman was one of the OG Chinese audiophile brands. So yeah, I would say they're probably the first really well-known Chinese audiophile brand. These guys go way back, and yeah, they're a pioneer of planar magnetic headphones. So you guys can look up like what planar magnetic headphones are, because I'm not really good at explaining this, but basically most headphones are dynamic headphones, which means they have like a voice coil, like similar to like a speaker, and basically they're just smaller versions of speakers, right? You just put them inside, you know, a smaller area, and then you just put them close to your ears, and that's how most headphones work. Is they have like a voice coil, and it's basically the same physics as a speaker. But planar magnetics are a little bit different. What they do is they have like a thin film, and then they have two magnets like sitting beside them, and they excite the film. And yeah, anyways, you guys can look up exactly the properties of planar magnetic drivers. But yeah, basically that's how they work. They have a thin flat diaphragm with a wire running through it. The magnet is suspended next to the diaphragm, and then the electromagnetic signal running through the wires moves the diaphragm by turning it on and off. And basically exciting this diaphragm causes the sound to... supposedly, it's a more hi-fi sound, gives you, you know, bigger surface area, maybe more transients, better dynamics compared to your regular headphones. But that's not to say that all planar magnetic headphones are better, because there is a lot of high-end headphones that still use traditional dynamic drivers, right? So you can go up to like all the high-end Sennheisers, for example, they still use dynamic drivers. So yeah, and the Focal Utopias, right? That's another high-end headphone, still use dynamic drivers. So not all, doesn't mean that planar magnetics are better, right? They're just different. But yeah, this is the Hifiman Sundaras. This is their, like, I don't think it's exactly their entry level. I think they also have the HE400s. I think that's really their entry level, but it's pretty close to the entry level, because Hifiman makes some pretty expensive headphones at the high end. They make the Sosvaras, which are like $5,000 headphones. So Hifiman can get, you know, pretty high up, but these are pretty close to the entry level. These are only $300, the Sundaras. And I have never actually worn these headphones before, so this is going to be a pretty interesting... I've always actually wanted to try some Hifiman headphones, just never got the chance. So anyways, let's check these guys out. Yeah, this is going to be my first pair of Hifimans. I've actually never tried Hifimans before. I've always been interested to try them, but they've been rather difficult to get a hold of, or they're overpriced here in Canada. That's probably why. I always wanted them, they've always been more expensive here in Canada compared to US. Alright, so yeah, here is Hifiman, the manual here, The Art of Listening. So yeah, definitely Hifiman, a pioneer of planar magnetic headphones. I remember when I first heard about planar magnetic headphones, really the two brands that were up there were Audeze and Hifiman, and then the Dan Clark Audios came later. Those are actually Mr. Speakers, for those of you who are interested in what that used to be. Mr. Speakers became Dan Clark Audio, named after the founder of Mr. Speakers, Dan Clark, obviously. But yeah, I think Hifiman and Audeze came before Mr. Speakers, I believe, or maybe around the same time, I'm not sure. But I definitely heard about Hifiman and Audeze before I heard about Mr. Speakers / Dan Clark Audio. Anyways, this is their Sundara. And this is in Chinese because they're a Chinese company. Like I said, they're probably the first very well-known Chinese hi-fi audio company, like audiophile level. So yeah, like most Chinese audio manufacturers back then were probably known for very cheap products, but Hifiman is an exception. They've pretty much always been known for very high-end audio products, and they're Chinese, so that's pretty interesting. Oh, these instructions are in Chinese. Okay, do I get an English instructions? Oh, okay, English side is here. Wrong side. Okay, this is the English side. Okay, message from the founder. So the founder of Hifiman is Dr. Fang Bian. Is that his name? Is that pronounced correctly? Fang Bian. So that's the founder of Hifiman. And Hifiman doesn't only make headphones, they also make DAPs as well, DAPs, digital audio players. So yeah, it'd be pretty interesting to take a look at some Hifiman DAPs as well, but they're probably most well known for their headphones. And yeah, they've been pioneering planar magnetic technology. The grill's been done, they can tell you about how they designed these, the cables, connection sockets. Hifiman has always been pretty well regarded in the audiophile community. You can see the specs here. Yeah, frequency response, impedance, sensitivity. I think these should be fairly easy to drive. These are low-end planar magnetics, so they're not like the high-end ones, so they should be pretty easy to drive. I can just easily drive them. You can drive them from the smartphone, actually, but I'm going to use my DAP. So that's my main music player. I like the little illustration of this cool guy with the goatee here. Placing the ear pads, set up an operation, care and maintenance. Okay. Alright, so, and you got a limited warranty. Okay, cool. Yeah, so that's the instruction manual. And then we get, is this the warranty card? Yeah, here's the limited warranty here. Okay, so next I think we have the headphones themselves in this box here. Ooh, this is nice. Look at this, like, nice velvet style packaging here. Alright, so I think, is that all here? This is really interesting packaging, nice luxury style packaging here, and these are the cables. So okay, the cables here, you get a 1/4 inch jack right here, or connector. So it's also called a 6.3 millimeter connector. This is your regular 3.5 right here, gold plated. Yep, and then you can have an optional adapter for the 6.3 or 1/4. And this is a termination for these are the headphone connectors. Alright, and these are the headphones themselves. So yeah, these are Hifiman headphones, the Sundaras. Yeah, look at these interesting grills, very, very flat. Yeah, looks like a waffle, doesn't it? Very, very flat grills. And yeah, this is, I wonder how comfortable these will be. They don't seem like they'll be that comfortable. These are so flat. It's like these headphone cups are so flat. And yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not been a fan of this type of headband, but yeah, we'll see. These don't seem like they provide a lot of support. I'm generally in favor of the more, very comfy cushioning up here. Beyerdynamics have traditionally been the most comfortable headphones for me, but Audio-Technicas have also been pretty comfortable as well. So yeah, these seem very flimsy by comparison, but we'll see how comfortable they are. And yeah, these are the Hifiman Sundaras, $300 US, and from a very respectable headphone maker, especially planar magnetic headphone maker. So like I said, Hifiman goes all the way up to the thousands of dollars, so they're pretty high end. Definitely very well, probably one of the most well-respected Chinese audio companies. So there, that's the Hifiman Sundaras. All right, next up we have the Audeze LCD1. So Audeze is another very well-known planar magnetic headphone maker. They're fairly well-known in audiophile circles anyways. For the regular mainstream consumer, probably doesn't really know them that well, but yeah, for audiophiles, I think Audeze is fairly well-known. They make headphones going all the way up to, again, just like Hifiman, the thousands of dollars, like $5,000. I think the LCD5s are their flagship right now. So yeah, they make some pretty expensive headphones in the high end, but this is their low-end headphone, the LCD1s. They're entry-level headphones, I think. And yeah, I've actually done an unboxing of this headphone, I think a few years back when I was comparing them to the Focal Lears. But in this video, we're comparing them against the other planar magnetic headphones to see, yeah, to see what the sound difference is. So this one retails for $400 US, a little bit more expensive than the Hifiman Sundaras. And this company's from California. They're forget when they were established, but they've been a player in the planar magnetic industry for a while now. All right, pretty simple box. Let's go. I remember these headphones being fairly portable, actually, which is interesting for a pair of open backs. So this is Audeze, right? California company. Oh wow, certificate of authenticity. So is anyone making fake Audeze headphones? I'm not sure. Do they really need a certificate of authenticity? How many people are making fake Audezes or black market Audeze products? You have it's ready, tested, and burned in. Interesting. So that's nice. Usually you have to burn in headphones, you know, for a while, but this one's already burned in. All right. So nothing else inside the box, just a carrying case, which is nice because we didn't get one with Hifiman actually. There's no hi-fi case. It did have a nice like velvet type of you know, covering here, but it didn't have any kind of carrying case. Audeze gives us a carrying case. Let's see what's inside. Alright, so yeah, I remember these being pretty portable and small, and they are. I mean, look at the size of these. Yeah, pretty small. And you also get, let's see here. Oh, this is a nice material here. Okay. So this is the cable here. Again, you get the 1/4 inch or 6.3 inch connector right here, which is the adapter. Of course, you get a 3.5 right here as well, and these are the headphone connectors. So pretty similar to the Hifiman, honestly. But look how small these headphones are. Fairly small. They fold up too. Yeah. So yeah, these are definitely pretty small, light, planar magnetic headphones. Yeah. Adjust it like that. Now, this is a pretty basic headband here. I would say not the best material. It's kind of faux leather. And the head pads are, yeah, kind of faux leather as well. Yeah. They're just alright. Yeah, I definitely, you can tell this is their entry level because the materials feel a little bit cheap. These feel like plastic, actually. In the high end, Audeze definitely uses metal, you know, on their these plates here. But what do they call these? Are these headphone face plates or something like that? I forget what these are called, but definitely in their high end headphones they use yeah, more metallic or more durable looking plates. But these are just plastic right here. So definitely these feel pretty cheap. But we'll see about the sound quality, right? Audeze always talks about their Fusor patented you know, planar magnetic magnets or system or whatever. So we'll see how that works. So Phasor magnets, I think they call it. Yeah, Phasor. So anyways, we'll see how they compare. So these are the Audeze LCD1s. They're definitely the most portable out of these. I mean, just look at this. This is a Hifiman, right? These are pretty audiophile looking. I mean, look, this is like really nice material, actually. Really nice material. And actually these pads are, yeah, they're all right. Definitely a little bit better than the ones I felt on the LCD ones. But yeah, like this is like really nice material, actually. Definitely seems pretty durable. Yeah, these grills look pretty nice. They definitely look more audiophile compared to the LCD ones. The LCD ones look, yeah, pretty cheap, actually, in comparison. Look, this is just plastic. Whereas these are actually kind of like metal grills. So, and this is cheaper too. The Sundara is cheaper. It's $300. The LCD ones are $400 for retail. But these are lighter and they're actually portable, which is interesting because these are open backs. So I don't really know what's the what is the use case for portable open backs? I'm not really sure, because they leak sound, right? If they leak sound, they're not that useful when you're going outside. So I'm not sure what's the point of having portable open backs. But anyways, we'll test these out as well and see how they compare. Yeah, that's the Audeze LCD1s. Oh yeah, also the LCD ones can fold up like this. So it's actually really portable. Although, like again, I'm not really sure what is the benefit to having a portable open back headphone. Like, the sound leaks out, so what's the point of making it portable? Other people are going to hear the music, and you're going to be bothering other people. So I don't know why they made it like that. So I don't really know who is the market for the LCD ones. Actually, they look like, you know, entry level portable planar magnetic headphones, but who are they for, right? If people are going to travel, they'll probably be using closed back headphones, right? And then people who are sitting at home, you know, they can probably just get bigger planar magnetic headphones. So I don't know. But anyways, we'll find out how the sound compares to the other ones. That's the most important thing. And up next we have the Dan Clark Audio Aeons. This is actually a collaboration with Massdrop, but this retails for $430 US. So this is my first experience with Dan Clark Audios. Never listened to any of their headphones before. I've definitely heard about them though. Dan Clark Audio is like this small operation. They used to be called Mr. Speakers. Then they changed their name to Dan Clark Audio because Dan Clark is the founder of the company. And they focus on planar magnetic headphones. I wouldn't say they're as big of a name as Audeze or Hifiman when it comes to planar magnetics, but they are fairly, I would say, well known among audiophiles. So yeah, they're still reasonably well known, just not as much as probably Audeze or Hifiman is. I still am interested to hear how they sound though, because their headphones have gotten some pretty good reviews as well. I have listened to Audeze before, never listened to any Hifimans, and this is my first time listening to some Dan Clarks. So yeah, let's take a look. There's actually not much here. Designed and manufactured in San Diego by Dan Clark Audio. Okay, so it's actually made in the US. Huh. Yeah, not many headphones are made in the US, but I guess these are actually not super high end or anything. They're $430, which puts them in the mid-range actually. So I'm kind of surprised they're made in the US. All right, let's take a look. All right, so you get a carrying case here, and then you get this user guide here. It says, yeah, this is a Massdrop Dan Clark Audio collaboration here, Aeon X. That's what it's called. So it's 62 by 34 millimeter Dan Clark Audio design, single-ended planar magnetic. If you guys don't know what planar magnetics are, I mean, you can easily research this. I'm not very good at explaining this, but most headphones are dynamic drivers, which means they have the same type of drivers as a traditional like speaker. So yeah, when air is being pushed, the voice coil moves back and forth. With a planar magnetic, it's a more complicated design. They have like different sheets of like metal, I believe, and then they vibrate it to create the energy. It's kind of like in between a electrostatic and like a dynamic driver apparently, but you can research more about it. Yeah, it's a very different technology than traditional headphones. And like I said, the biggest names in planar magnetic, probably Audeze, and then California company, and Hifiman, which is a Chinese company, and Dan Clark Audios. So these are probably the three most famous planar magnetic. Well, there's definitely more headphone brands that make planar magnetics, but these are probably the three big ones in the audiophile industry. Meze Audio as well. Meze Audio makes a high-end pair of headphones called the Empyreans, which is also really popular amongst audiophiles as well, and those are also planar mags. Yeah, really interested in the Susvaras from Hifiman and the Empyrean from Meze. Also the Audeze LCD5s and LCD XCs, I think they're called. I think those are Audeze's newest or highest end headphones right now. So yeah, it'll be nice to try those out, but those are really high end. So I'll probably never really be able to buy one or afford one. So I'll just have to go to a headphone bar one day and check those out. Titanium memory metal headband, Master, okay. So yeah, headphone fit adjust attaching cable, okay. They use Hirose style connectors. I don't know what that means. Okay, interesting. And there's our warranty stuff. They're in San Diego. They're actually made in San Diego. I had no idea. They actually, oh yes, this actually says enjoy on it. Let me open the box. That's cool. These tuning material allowing you to customize your headphone sound to your taste. Insert the pads in the well. Okay. So I guess when you add these different foam pads in, they'll they'll change the tuning a bit. You might get more bass, you might get more highs. It might be similar to how, you know, when you or maybe you might not know, when you buy IEMs, they come with different types of tips. They might come with silicone tips, they might come with compli foam tips or something, and they actually change the tuning depending on what kind of tips that you use in your IEMs. So this is something that's like this except for open back headphones now. Increase down, yeah, over ear headphones, I mean. So white felts burn in as the fabric settles down 1-2 days of normal use will open up the sound of the felts. Okay, white felt compared with back felt. So yeah, I guess depending on whether you use felt or foam, it'll change the sound of the headphone. Interesting. Definitely have to experiment a little bit with that. All right, and here's the headphones. Here's the case. The case is actually yeah, it's okay sized. I mean, compared to the Beyerdynamics that I unboxed before, oh man, yeah, these are pretty reasonably sized, I guess. Dan Clark Audio, right? My first experience with Dan Clark Audios. Check it out. All right, and here's how they look like. It comes with carrying case here, a little compartment here. I mean, and you get, this is what they call Hirose style connectors here. This is what Hirose style connectors are. They're mini XLRs, I think. They're basically like they're basically the same thing as the Beyerdynamic DT990 Pros used. Yeah, so they're like the mini XLR connectors, and they terminate in a 1/4 inch connector. Of course, you can also unscrew it. It's just an adapter plug. So you can use the 3.5 millimeter here as well, which is probably what I'm going to use for to connect to my DAP. Yeah, so it comes with the mini XLR connector. I guess they're called Hirose connectors, Hirose style. All right, and this is what the headphones look like. So you can tell they're open air headphones, and they use planar magnetic drivers, which means they operate a little bit differently than all the other headphones in this video, which are all dynamic driver. So this is interesting. I mean, I'll just see how comfortable this is. This doesn't look as comfortable as the Beyers for sure, and then maybe even the Audio Technicas might be more comfortable. It doesn't seem as comfortable, but I'll have to try it on and see. Definitely seems pretty flexible in terms of, yeah, very flexible actually in terms of your head size. You can see you can adjust pretty easily. Very, very flexible. Nice. It's like elastic almost. That's cool. These definitely feel comfortable, the ear pads. Now, I guess this is what they said, the felt here, if you change them out, it'll actually change the tuning, and then we'll have to see how different it sounds. But yeah, here's what it looks like. The Dan Clark Audio Aeons. Aeon X's. All right, so that's the Dan Clark Audio Aeon X's. I want to make a correction, guys. These are not mini XLR cables. These are, well, they call them Hirose style connectors, but now I know why. It's because they got 4 pins here. So XLR inputs would have 3 pins. These actually have 4. So just want to correct myself. Yeah, so they're definitely not XLR inputs, mini XLRs, because yeah, these have 4 pins, which yeah, basically make them pretty unique, I'd say. It's the first time I've seen these. They call them Hirose style connectors. So I got to correct myself there.